look, I'm just saying, if we do the next review and you're in your underwear, my subscribers, I'll get so many. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, so.
Hey, Carry On with Sparta here, again with another Before Watchmen comic book review, again with my good friend Sarah.
Hello.
And yeah, if you've been watching my last videos, you'll know this week is the last #1 out of all of them. Well, I guess if you don't count the epilogue, but I'm not. But yeah, Dr. Manhattan, Before Watchmen #1, just came out today. And yeah, what do you think?
I didn't really like it.
No.
I love the art because it's Adam Hughes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Adam fucking Hughes. So I like
Fucking
the art.
Hughes.
But, yeah.
Yeah, we'll of course expand upon this, but I'll agree, it's not great.
If you like him, if you like Dr. Manhattan, you'll
Yeah.
love it. But it's
Well, see, that's the thing, is like, I don't mind Dr. Manhattan. I really liked his chapters in
I
Watchmen.
didn't.
Those were my favorite.
I really didn't.
And they're done in the exact same style.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they're done. They're moments that he's thinking at the comedian's funeral. I'm assuming it's at a funeral, but that's the only one I can
And
remember.
the conversation he has with his then girlfriend is verbatim what he was saying in the original comic.
In the
too.
original comic too, yeah. So yeah, she really didn't like this one.
I had to force myself to finish reading it. If it wasn't for the art, I would have not read the entire thing. I'm sad to say.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time with this one.
I still like it better than the comedian. I can say that, at least. But yeah,
I'm not disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really like him in the first place. So.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, you said that last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, you kind of knew what you were getting into. You
Yeah.
think?
I don't know.
Point is, we'll get into the plot
Let's start
right now. Yeah, the synopsis, if you will. So yeah, the comic book starts off right at the comedian's funeral, and of course it zooms in on Dr. Manhattan, and he's of course having one of his inner turmoil thoughts that are going through time and space, bouncy. It's one of the reasons why I didn't really like it. It's because it's very jumpy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit, Watchmen's chapters with him were very jumpy, but I don't know, I still kind of kept with it.
That's just because how he is.
That's just how he is, yeah, because he sees time in a different way than we do.
Yeah. He doesn't see linear time.
It does. So he's basically, the whole comic, I'll just say, has a Schrodinger's cat motif. Basically, he's constantly imagining things in the box, and of course, until you open it, it could be anything. And of course, it starts with the funeral. He looks at the casket, he imagines that it's a box, and it could really contain anything. What's he say? It like contains a puzzle or something?
Mystery.
A mystery. Contains a mystery. Then it cuts to him, 9-year-old in Germany. I didn't know he was German.
No, I thought he was American.
I thought he was American too. I might have missed that in the comic, but apparently he's German, or they moved to Germany or something.
I don't know if they even really mentioned where he was born in the comics, so I guess he could have been from anywhere, really.
Yeah, yeah. But it's his birthday. He gets a birthday present, a box, of course, so he starts immediately imagining all the different things. First thing is a cat. You pointed that out to me. I like that. They really nail this into your head, the whole box Schrodinger's cat thing. Yeah. But yeah, it turns out that they got him a clock, which is basically the house he makes for himself in Mars.
It looks pretty freaking close.
It looks pretty close. Actually, I'll just find the page here and get a nice zoom in. Well, not zoom in, but hold up. See? It looks like it. Well, you'd be surprised. Those actually work out pretty good.
I watched the videos.
You did? Good. Good.
I was watching videos.
Well,
I even subscribed.
Oh, look at you go. Get on that.
Yep.
But yeah, and then it pretty much just cuts to him through his awkward teen years. Just kind of locked himself inside. He was really just playing around with watches and stuff. They didn't really go that far back with him in the comics. They just kind of explained his job. Explained that
they
he
didn't
really...
go farther back than that. They just went to the point where he walked into the thing and was...
Well, in that one shot where he was a teen and he first started learning how to put watches back together.
the whole carnival thing with his
girlfriend. Yeah, the whole
girlfriend.
carnival thing with his girlfriend.
What's her name?
Janet?
Sure.
I want to say it's Janet. When we get near the end, I'm sure we'll both be wrong. But yeah, it's jumping back and forth. Jumps to him, you know, saying he doesn't want to go to a party. He'd rather work on a watch. him actually going to a benefit or like a charity event kind of with the Minutemen.
Oh yeah,
And
for India, something.
For India, and Night Owl's there, of course, the first one. And he actually has a decent kind of thing where he's explaining he's got a lot older than he thought he would be. He's a lot heavier and
fatter.
A lot fatter, and how he explains he likes to fix things too. He wants to fix cars now, or he's thinking stuff like that. And you know, I kind of liked his whole thing about maybe that's why he became a superhero. He wanted to fix things. He just wanted to fix the world. So I don't know if he's kind of like saying he's jealous. Oh, he's kind of saying he's like he wish he had John's powers because then he could maybe fix up the universe again. Then of course it cuts to the first get together of they're not even called the Minutemen at that, Crime Busters.
Yeah.
When they first tried being Crime Busters with Captain Metropolis, I want to say his name is.
Sure.
Trying to lead it. Of course, that's the night where
he first
sees Laurie, and of course they got paired up, and he like immediately cheats on his wife.
Are they married?
I think they're married.
I don't know.
Pretty sure they're married.
Doesn't matter.
But that night. But it also does a neat little thing there too, where he's imagining all the different possibilities that could have happened. Like what would have happened if he'd been paired up with Rorschach instead, or Night Owl, or anything like that. And
or
then,
if Laurie was with Night Owl.
Or if Laurie was with Night Owl, or if Rorschach was with Night Owl. It's very nice. And then I do like this page here where he gets like, you get 9 different boxes and they're all of just different points of his thought. Like there's one of him talking to Night Owl, their previous discussion, one of his wife leaving him, Silk Spectre saying I love you, him talking to Rorschach.
Two completely different presidents, Nixon and
Nixon and Kennedy, yeah. It's kind of neat. Oh, and then the one shot of course, smiley face with the blood. So that was kind of neat. I like that. And this too, them getting into talking, because of course, you know, when the whole accident happened, of course they thought he was dead. Someone actually coming to his dad and explaining to him, sorry, your son's dead. And
there's no body.
And there's no body.
You can't bury him.
And apparently his dad's got a huge watch motif too, because he's like, you can find the pieces, you can fix them. That he kind of goes crazy. And
that was nice.
That was nice, yeah.
They don't ever show
really,
different perspectives of how people react to that, just his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. So it's nice seeing his dad just completely stricken with grief. Yeah,
and he actually visits his dad on his deathbed, which was kind of neat. I like that.
But his dad doesn't.
But his dad doesn't recognize him. He still thinks he still thinks his son's dead, or maybe he's not.
They've taken him from me.
Yeah, God help me, God in heaven, my son is dead. My son is gone. Yeah, they've taken him from me. So I don't know if he's either gone senile and he's thinking that he is still dead, or he just doesn't want to accept what his son's become.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. I don't mind that. And then, of course, he's still thinking about what's in the box. And then you get, of course, with the artwork. Yeah, this is my favorite, because, you know, I kind of like to do my favorite page of art in each comic, because there's always a one-page spread. And this one really got me by surprise, because it's
very bright.
It's kind of, well, I mean, he's very blue, but it's kind of dark, and you get used to it, but then this is like, oh, okay. It's very neat, though. I like it. And then it actually cuts to him thinking of another possibility in which the whole accident, the day of the accident, he got out.
Yeah, he made it out in time.
He made it out in time. It doesn't really go anywhere with that.
It might in the next one, because that's
where it ends. He just goes, what's inside the box? If nothing's in the box, what's inside the box?
He's trying to figure out who he is, why he is, and all that kind of stuff.
Because he even admits he's not John anymore. At one point, he's like, I'm John, I used to be John, but I've become something else. Yeah. So, I don't know, it's a bit more self-realization than he normally gets, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. It's nice seeing him in more depth, but I just don't like it. It's too jumpy for me, and maybe it's too sciencey for me, but there's... Yeah. I mean, I'm smart, but there's a lot of big sciencey words, and that many in one little bubble makes my brain just skip a little bit, because I'm trying to figure out what they're saying, but...
Well, it's very reminiscent of his chapters.
Well, yeah.
It's basically that. Which really is my biggest gripe with it, is you get a lot of whole, like, well, that's kind of neat, what ifs, but it doesn't really do anything. I mean, the only real expanding I got was he got that clock for his birthday, and what happened with his dad when they told him he died.
But this is also only the first one.
It is also only the first one, so
it could just be planting the seed,
of
and then
course.
they'll expand with it in the later comics.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. It's just the first one kind of needs to get your attention a bit more. It asks more questions than gives any answers.
Well, that's the hook, though,
That is
right?
the hook, I guess.
So...
But yeah, I don't know. I still liked it. I still do. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I was wishing for it to be better or something like that.
It's exactly what I expected, because you can't have anything else but this type of storytelling for Dr. Manhattan, because
It's true,
this is how he is. He doesn't see time
the way we
linear.
do. Yeah.
He's
It's
jumping
back,
all over the
forward,
place.
and then
So,
at the same time.
to have
yeah.
the narration jumping all over the place makes perfect sense. I don't really like it, though. It's too jumpy for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of... I mean, I like him, but I was never a huge fan in the originals. So this doesn't really change my opinion of him at all. I enjoyed the art.
Okay.
But...
Well, yeah, who knows? Hopefully it can get better. I mean, they got 3 more to go. This is another 4-issue trade, by the way.
If nothing else, I get to look at pretty pictures.
So there you go.
So...
If you're an art buff, I mean, it's not too bad.
There's one, I mean, I know it's Adam Hughes and he draws beautiful women, but the one shot of him talking to this, I don't know, it's a friend
I think
talking
it's a
about
frat
this
girl or something
party
like that.
or something,
Yeah.
just that shot.
Bam.
His girlfriend is very...
50s pinup model right there.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Oh, I like that kind of art too, just 50s pinup.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's alright. But like well,
if you like Dr. Manhattan, read it. You'll love it.
oh yeah. If you're all for that, I mean, it's his chapters from Watchmen. That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, now that we've gotten all the number ones out of the way, thought we'd maybe just do a ranking each. I mean, I'll go first if you need a bit more time to think. I mean, even I'm still kind of like, I'll probably change. Of course, we're just going with what's been released so far.
Yeah.
You know, for all I know, Comedian could end up being the best one. I mean, it's got 4 more issues. But for me at the moment, favorite, Rorschach. I don't think I'm going to lie to shut up. You know it was good. I thought it was good.
Okay.
Rorschach so far has been my favorite series with the 1. Then Minutemen. Really like Minutemen. Then Night Owl. Then Ozymandias. Then Silk Spectre. Then Dr. Manhattan. And then probably the Comedian's trades. It's probably my
That's fair.
ranking so far. How about you? What would you say is your number 1?
It's tough to say because
I mean, you could be like, there's a tie.
There's 5 of them that are all on the same plane for me.
Oh, fair
and
enough.
it's only Dr. Manhattan and the Comedian I didn't really enjoy.
So like everything else, you're just really you can't
I love
really
everything.
can't
I mean,
really label it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I love them all for each reasons because they're all individuals and unique. Because I'm mushy like that or something.
That's the cheap way out.
But
That's the
I mean,
easy way out.
I guess if I had to start numbering them off, I would probably go. I don't know, Rorschach, Silk Spectre, Minuteman. What's left?
Night Owl, Dr. Manhattan, Ozymandias.
Night Owl, Ozymandias, and then
Dr.
Comedian
Manhattan.
and Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
I liked Comedian.
So you have pretty much the same one. Oh no, wait, no, you got Silk Spectre way higher than me.
I really like that one.
Oh no, that's fair. I'm not saying
But
it's bad.
it's-
I'm just saying for me personally, it's.
For those 5, it's really I love them all.
Yeah.
It's tough to choose each
Oh
one.
yeah, well, like, yeah, I'm not like just because I label them doesn't mean like, oh man, it gets so much worse. It's just like my own personal enjoyment. If anything, I'd say yeah, I'd agree. The cutoff is pretty much those
Dr.
5.
Manhattan and-
Dr. Manhattan and Comedian are a little, they're falling a little flat, but the other ones are fantastic.
Absolutely.
I mean, once again, you complain about this all you want, but I'm kind of happy they did this. I like it.
Yeah, it's good to expand on something like that.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. So, yeah, that's our thoughts about that. Next week, next Wednesday, will be Minutemen number 3.
Yes.
Already interested by the cover,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very beaten silhouette.
Yep, very beaten bloody.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm really digging Silhouette. I want to find out more about her. I didn't think she
Yeah.
was that, you know,
Well,
all I
that's
really
because
knew
we
is she was a
didn't have
lesbian
any-
and she got murdered.
We didn't have any information on that. That's all we knew. So
Yes.
getting any backstory.
So like, hey, yeah, prequels, they might not be a bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If you still hate them, you're still going to hate them. But yeah, that'll be next week's.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, if you like the video, please click that like or subscribe button. It's always appreciated. A favor doesn't hurt either. And yeah, we'll see you at the next comic book review.
Yay!
Have a good one, YouTube.